How's it going, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And today, upon sudden request, someone actually took the initiative to go on my profile to comment that they wanted an Alchemist update, Alchemist guide update. So, Alchemist has not changed too much. They actually nerfed them recently. Like, I don't know why. I don't even think this is a drastic change because, well, actually it is. It depends on how good you're at the hero. But if you die, or if you are not hitting creeps enough, it will definitely punish you because the stacks last for less time, etc, etc. But if you're getting stacks, if you're farming a lot, it shouldn't really be an issue, at least like in the later stages of the game. But in the early game, yeah, oh boy, it will probably cost you like 100 to 200 gold max. It's not that big of a deal. But anyways, we're gonna talk about Alchemist and how to play Alchemist in this current patch. So, Alchemist, guys. Oh, wait, that's healthy. Nice. So, the thing about Alchemist is that this hero is weak as fuck in the early game, and you need to just not die. So, anyways, as I was saying, Alchemist in this patch, what has changed? So, his acid spray got a lot better. Radiance actually works on Ancients now, so there's definitely no reason to buy Battle Fury. I never even thought Battle Fury was legit to begin with because one, you okay, well, they nerfed the cleave, but you basically get a free Battle Fury at level 20, and on top of that, Battle Fury gives you what? Like, it gives you mana and HP, right? That's why you get it. It's a sustain item. Alchemist does not have HP problems because as soon as he's level 6, he's gonna be 100% HP all the time. And two, for mana, just buy a Soul Ring. Is really not that hard. Buy a Soul Ring or buy Clarities. I prefer Soul Ring because, like, obviously you don't have the HP issues, so this is like good, and you have armor issues, strength, more damage. All around is a good item for Alchemist. Like, there's actually no point in the game where you could safely say that fucking Clarities will do the job because it just doesn't. Like, Soul Ring actually just makes it so that you don't ever have to worry about any mana problems ever again. What else is there? What else did they change? They slightly nerfed the Grieval's Greed, I believe, in patch 7.28 as well. So let's just double check that, right? And also the biggest one is the Agony Scepter, which I will also talk about in a second here. So as you can see, this is Alchemist, right? Unstable Concoction, mana cost reduced. So this has nothing to, like, this doesn't do anything at all. You're not going to be using Unstable Concoction ever. You're just not going to be leveling it up. Alchemist is not a support. Please don't play support Alchemist thinking that it actually works. It does not work. This guy does absolutely nothing in lane. I don't care if you get Unstable Concoction. This does absolutely jack shit. It does like 150 damage. And that is a max charge. Like, it actually just doesn't do anything. 16-second cooldown. It's like the worst spell you can have. Well, not the worst spell, but you get the point. Like, this is really, really bad. And you almost always want Grieval's Greed level 1 for the bounty runes anyway, because, like, you get 1.5 more, so that's the thing. If you're not getting this level 1, you're doing something wrong, boys. Affects allied heroes. Wait, what? Okay, no. Alright, never mind. Okay, that's I think that's the Agony Scepter effect. But yeah, anyways, so as I was saying, unstable cooldown reduction, yeah, but no. Like, again, you're not gonna be using Unstable Concoction at all, right? You're basically a farming machine, and by the time you get your first point in this, you're gonna get like the rest in like a matter of couple seconds or like 1 or 2 minutes, because you have Radiance, you have stuff that helps you farm. You have blinks, you have so much farming potential so that you're just gonna like... Okay, so the graph of Alchemist goes like this. Okay, I'll pull up an Alchemist game right now. Let's see one that I want. This is the Alchemist Graph, okay? So at first, your net worth is like this. Oh wait, is this a turbo game? No, this is not a turbo game. The graph of your thing goes like this. So at first, you're like really, really shit, right? You're basically like the same as everyone else. you're farming. Unless if you're getting bounty runes and then you're like getting good last hits in lane, you're gonna be fine. But wait, who actually won this game? Oh yeah, we won this game. But then there comes a point where all of a sudden your Greevil's Greed is maxed out, your Acid Spray is maxed out, and then boom, that's what happens. So Alchemist is not like a curve where he starts like above everyone else and just goes like that. No, that's not how Alchemist works. He starts around the same area as everybody else, but then he goes like this, while everyone else is still going up in their like line like this. That's Alchemist right there. So yeah, you don't really care about the nerf on the thing. Let's go back here. Okay, wait, let's go back here. Right. Oh my god. Hello, game? What else is there? Acid Spray damage increase. This is really good. And now it's like the instant damage. So you can actually use this to get last hits. Before you couldn't, or it's like a lot harder to. Now you can actually do that. Gold cap reduced. So yeah, this is a big one. So you get less farm. Based on it refunds it. And okay, so I'm just gonna talk about it. We don't need to be on this page anymore. So essentially now, because Acid Spray is better, meaning you can farm camps faster, and you can actually use this to reliably get last hits once you have like a couple points in it. So they're gonna reduce the maximum gold you can have. So it's gonna be like 3 less on each levels, which is, you know, quite a lot. But then again, it's not a lot because, well, actually, you know what? It is a lot, but because you're gonna be farming a lot faster with the Acid Spray, and the fact that Ancients, the Radiance now works on Ancients, so with Acid Spray and Radiance, you can reliably farm Ancient camps every time that it respawns. You're gonna be, and also they reduce the magic damage on the Ancient creep, so it's gonna be a lot better. Takes Rival Screen Pulse Small Camp. Support Alch today. Oh no, please. Alchemist is definitely not a good support. This guy, he has the shittiest stats. Like, he's probably a support that you would get and just do absolutely nothing lane. He's gonna be like a support bounty hunter or something like that. He's just not gonna do anything. But yeah, as I was saying, one big change is that before, if your team buys an Aghanim's, you're kind of screwed because you just can't give this away to anyone. But now, because of the fact that like it actually refunds their Agony Scepter, so that's really nice. So if you give it to an ally that already has one, he kind of it's like a bonus that you have on top of that, right? And you can give it to yourself too. So this actually just like, you almost always want to just eat it on yourself, and then you just get bonus damage too, so which is like pretty cool. Already has the Agony Scepter. But anyways, the only other change that's really noticeable is the Aghanim Shard. So this one's quite interesting. So it gives them basic dispel, 50 attack speed, and 40 HP regen. Lasts 40 seconds. So this is like a mini ulti on your allies. So for you, level 1, it gives you 50 HP regen. And it gives you how much attack speed? So it lowers your base attacks, lowers base attack time, which is basically attack speed buff. But this just gives you straight up attack speed. So the thing about 40 HP regen is that even at level 6 with 50 HP regen, at level 6, right? That's like 5-6 minutes into the game. It's pretty good, but you can still die if like 3 people are bursting you down, or if there's like a SF or something like that. And the 40 HP regen is not going to be a lot, especially after the 20-minute mark once you get your shard. And even if you rush it, it's going to be pretty late. It's kind of like a burst of healing plus some attack speed, so it does make your carry slightly stronger and whatnot. It's kind of like a solar crest. The best thing about this is that it's a basic dispel, so it would not bring them out of stuns and stuff like that, but it will definitely like bring them out of slows. So if they have like a lot of slows and stuff like that, it's really good. And you can use it on yourself too, which is even better. Yeah, it's also a self buff too, so oh yeah, that's actually really good. But yeah, that's actually really good. So you can just dispel yourself. So now not only your ulti dispels you, this also dispels you. You essentially don't need anything. And you know what's the weirdest thing about this is that, why is this magic damage? Yeah, why is this magic damage? What? Everything that Alchemist has is physical damage, but this is magical for some reason. It doesn't even do damage. That's actually really weird. It's quite interesting. But yeah. Can you give it to your illusions though? That's the question. You actually can. Okay. Hold on. Let's try something. Oh no. You could dispel yourself. What if your Manta illusions are? Yeah, you do. Yeah, but I don't think support Alch is viable because the thing about Alchemist is that every support, what a support needs is every support needs to be a strong lane. So like stuff like Lich. You know what? Maybe just for the sake of the memes, I'll make a support Alchemist guide. But as of right now, I really don't think you should be playing Alch. Item builds change. Okay, so what does a support need, guys? A support needs to be strong in lane. So stuff like Lich. Why is Lich a good support? Because one, he has a nuke, so he can constantly throw this out and harass. It's an AoE nuke, and it's like low cooldown, so you can spam it. It has like a save, which is what Alch has, but he needs to buy the shard first. He has a stun and he has a spell that helps him fight without having to do anything, right? He doesn't have to physically fight. He just has to throw out a spell. So what's another good support? I don't know, Oracle with the saves, right? He has a nuke, he has harass, he has healing, he has a dispel. What's another good support? Dark Willow, like let's say she has a save, she has a nuke, like she has spells that help her fight without having to put herself in the battle, right? What does Alchemist have to do? His main way of dealing damage is right clicking people, right? He could theoretically acid spray the ground and throw fucking unstable concoctions, but like look at acid spray. This is just like it's basically a minus armor. That's all it is. It's a minus armor so he can like deal more physical damage. That's what it is, right? And the support Alch is not gonna farm a radiance. He's probably gonna have like a fucking I don't know, phase boost or something. Imagine getting a tranquil boost on support Alchemist. Yikes. But the only thing I guess that you would consider Alchemist a decent support is the fact that this got buffed and Berserker's Potion is like a dispel, but still, even then, yeah, your support that's gonna get rich later on in the game. But then just pick Nature's Prophet. Like Nature's is gonna get more rich than an Alchemist, and Nature's has like more potential than an Alchemist does, because at least he can harass people from a distance. If you have your Alchemist in lane, he's just gonna get jumped on and die. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, Alchemist. So, oh yeah, item changes, right? Bots are still, and I don't really like bots because you can't like TP to one place and then TP to another place. But you know what? Don't get bots. So I'll say the build is still like Trez are still good, right? Radiance is like a must now. Get stick if you have to. The only thing that's different now is that before I didn't really like to get Blink because Blink you can't really upgrade it anymore. It doesn't give you stats. But now that you can make this, oh boy, this actually might be viable. Because this actually deals quite a bit of damage if you consider everything. Right? Dummy target. It does like quite a bit of nuke actually. Which is actually quite good. Yeah, this is actually pretty good now. What else is there? What are the new items, boys? Everything else is the same. This is complete Garbo. This is pretty bad too. This is interesting. Windbreaker is pretty bad. So the Blink Dagger is really good. Wait, isn't this? This could be good. This item's pretty bad. This item is interesting. Huh. So this item gives you spell lifesteal. But I'll say it's still pretty abysmally bad because you kind of just get BKB. But this could be viable, honestly. If they have too much magic nuke, so it could be viable, I mean, but you would just get BKB, so I'll say the only thing that's viable this patch for Alch is the overwhelming blink. This is the best thing you can get. And because it's so expensive, the only Alchemist can reliably get this item. Support out, you go post small camp over and over, then you just start jungling, you go radiant, you play a core that can play solo, then you just buy your whole team Axe. Also works against pure damage. Okay, here's the thing. If you do that, one, you're gonna be stealing farm from your carry, because the thing about Elk is that he needs to be constantly hitting creeps to get Greevil's Greed activated. And if you're not doing that, Greevil's Greed is not activated, so you're not actually getting more gold. And if you're constantly hitting creeps, meaning that you're gonna be farming the jungle, you're gonna be farming lane, so you're robbing your carry of farm, right? Let's say you have an anti-mage. So let's say you're playing position 5 Alchemist. You have an anti-mage. He needs a really, like, anti-mage or PA needs like a really strong support to help him lane. If they have like a Venomancer plus I don't know, Axe or something, the Axe is gonna get absolute free farm. Venomancer is gonna bully the anti-mage to go jungle, and then, or the PA to go jungle, and then she's gonna be jungling with you, and then whoever goes back to the lane will die, and then the Axe is gonna get like a 10-minute blink. He's gonna run over your team, and then you lose. The May could work against pure damage. Oh, right. You don't play support with AM. You pick it with Ursa or Riki. You could only pick support Alchemist with Riki. Ursa's not even good enough, because Ursa actually is very weak in lane. Like, Ursa is actually not as strong in lane as you might think he is. Because let's look at Ursa, right? This is Ursa. Ursa has... So, the thing about Ursa, like, let's look at his stats, right? So, he has 4 armor, like semi-decent movement speed. His attack damage is abysmally bad. The only thing he got going for him at level 1 is his either Fairy Swipes or Earthshock. This is 75 damage, right? They did buff this, so that's pretty good. But this is like a, what, 9 damage per hit? So, like, I was comparing this, right? Like, look at something like a Sven, right? Sven or Riki. Let's say Riki, right? Sven is probably a better laner than Ursa. I'm not even gonna lie, in some situations. Because the thing about Ursa is that Ursa needs a strong support. If he has like a... If Ursa has like a Lich or like a... I don't know, some kind of support with his slow. Oh yeah, he's gonna be really good. But the thing is, level 1, look at Sven. He does 64 damage. This guy does 44 damage. So... meaning that they have the same amount of armor, but Sven has more wait, where does Sven go? And Sven got nerfed too. He got nerfed. Like, his damage, base damage got decreased. So naturally, Sven can just outrun the Ursa based on base movement speed, because Ursa just could never hit him. And then the thing about Ursa is that the first time he hits him, he's still doing less damage than the Sven. He needs to hit him more than 3 times in order to be doing the same amount of damage that Sven is doing just on the first initial hit. Not to say that the Sven can just stun the guy and hit him like 2 more times, right? So at level 1, Ursa is not going to win a trade against the Sven. It only starts stacking up once it's like after like the 5th or 6th hit. That's when it starts packing a punch. But you don't get this level 1 because of that. That's why I always get Earthshock. And the Ursa, you can actually bully the Ursa out of the lane with any range hero. So like a misconception is that, let's say they have like a Lina. Any range hero will be able to bully Ursa. Venomancer. What's it called? Lina. What other position force? Even a Lich or like, I don't know. Even like a Dazzle to a certain degree. Morana can do that. What else? Venge can do that. Razor can definitely do that. Any range support here. Wind Ranger. Nature's Prophet. Necrophos. Enchantress, anything that can poke him down without him having him to actually go on top of you is really good. Like, he actually tries to hit the creeps, right? Or he's trying to kill the Axe. You're just hitting him, and this guy has no way to regen, so he will actually die. But the difference about Ursa and Riki is that Riki, he has Blink Strike, and he has this, so he's not gonna die alone to most heroes. He can just like get out. And also look at his base stats, right? He has really good, a lot better attack damage, and a lot better, like, he has more armor and more movement speed, and I'm pretty sure his base HP regen is a lot higher. So he's 4.8. Let's see, Ursa is 2.9. So yeah, Ricky can probably function alone in the lane. But Ursa can definitely not. Bloodseeker, Ricky, PL, Faceless, Void. I don't think PL... Wait, can PL? Nah, I don't think PL can function the lane solo. Bloodseeker... Bloodseeker can. It depends on what the carry is. I mean, what the offlaner is. Faceless Void cannot. The thing is that what's gonna end up happening is that, yeah, the Faceless Void might not die if he's not a Pepega, right? Like, he's gonna time walk out of every situation. But the problem is, the enemy offlaner, let's say there's a Veno plus an Axe, or a Veno plus a Beastmaster. The Beastmaster is gonna get a fast Necro Book. He's gonna take down all your towers and just roll your mid, and then he's gonna snowball too hard. If there's an Axe that gets like a 10-minute blink because no one's putting pressure on him, he's gonna run the game over. Like, think about it like this. For the first 10 to 20 minutes of the game, the real carry is your offlaner or your mid. If you have like a greedy mid hero, then it's basically all on the offlaner. So like a Timbersaw, right? You play a lot of Timbersaw. So for the first 10 to 20 minutes of the game, you're basically the carry. Like, whatever you do dictates the game. So if you let their offlaner have a super good start to the game, you're kind of screwed. If their offlaner is like a Tidehunter, he becomes unkillable. So like, let's look at all the offlaners, right? So the scariest ones are like Axe, right? So the thing about Axe is that he has his blink, so he just threatens everyone on the map. Beastmaster, he has his like push potential, so he just pushes down all your towers, and whoever you roars dies. Heroes like Bristleback, Centaur, and Tidehunter and Timbersaw, they either go around dealing a shit ton of damage, or they just become unkillable. Like, they're literally unkillable if you give them a head start for the first 20 minutes of the game, meaning that they can like 1v5 and just tank it all up and just walk away. Heroes like Sand King can like be very scary because they farm a lot. Legion gets early blink, kind of the same thing as Axe, but not as like scary. Underlord is probably the most useless piece of shit out of every hero, because if you give him a good head start, yeah, he's gonna push, he's gonna be unkillable, but he's not as scary as something like a Bristleback, right? So that's just what I think personally. So yeah, the thing about Ricky is that Ricky can actually like kill people. Like, if like the offlane Axe gets an early blink and Ricky gets like a decent diffusal blade timing, he can be running around and roaming. But if a Ursa gets like an early, like, well, Ursa is harder for him to do, but if it's like an anti-mage, he's definitely not gonna be roaming with his Battle Fury. PL getting the Diffusal Blade, you know, maybe he can, but it's not ideal because PL wants to be farming for his 3rd and 5th item. Because Ricky, I mean, PL farms jungle really quickly, but Ricky does not farm jungle. And in fact, Ricky actually cannot farm jungle. Like, this is the thing about Ricky carry, is that Ricky carry he has no way to farm the jungle efficiently, but PL does, right? Doppelganger, not Doppelganger, his ultimate allows him to farm really fast with like just his ult. Bloodseeker has a way to farm. What's the other one? Faceless Void. Okay, Faceless Void is also a garble farmer, but he has a super long cooldown, which makes him bad to gank. But Ricky, everything about Ricky is low cooldown, so this guy can literally go kills after kills and not give a shit about anything. But Faceless Void kind of needs to like wait for his chrono until he gets like Aghanim's or something. But yeah, so that's why Ricky is like the ideal one, because while the offlaner is going at rampage, he's doing the same thing. And then yeah, I guess you can farm it up. But yeah, that's what I think in my opinion. Anyways, this was a YouTube video that I was gonna upload, so I'm gonna do that tonight, I think. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the Twitch, check out the Discord, check out the Patreon, check out the anything and everything, boys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.